Hey guys, it's me, Nate. Today's topic is going to be split into a couple, different parts, so like a series. It's mainly going to be focused on how our team progresses throughout the season. From the beginning in August when the new games revealed and our kits get shipped, all the way down to when the season is over for all teams back in the end of April. So everything in between we're going to be talking about, and how our team, let's say, approaches the first month of the season. How our team, decides on what missions we want to accomplish, how our team decides on what goals we have, things like that. We're going to be talking about all of that. I feel that it's helpful, to get different insights from other teams. If you guys have any, different insights on how your team decides on these kind of things, feel free to comment them in the schedule. I think everyone can learn from, the ways different teams do different things, and then they can pick, the ways that they feel would best suit their team. So I'm just here to share how our team does it. Remember that at 100 subscribers, we're going to be doing a giveaway. So we're actually approaching that. We're at 86 subscribers right now. So we're pretty close. If you want to be a part of that giveaway, make sure that you comment in the videos and stay active in those. And we'll submit you in that giveaway. So I think it's time to get started. So the first thing we do back in the beginning of August, when we start preparing for the year. So, we get our team together. We, maybe meet once beforehand. That way, everyone can get to know each other. And then once the game is revealed and our kits get shipped, we actually, when we receive our kits, we start building immediately. The reason we start building our models immediately is because we want to get a visualization in front of us as fast as possible. A lot of times when the kids have, the field in front of them, the ideas start to click a lot faster because, they can physically, build things for those models, and they can, actually interact with those models, see how they react to, different types of, pressure, things like that. So that's the first thing we do. We try to finish those mission models as fast as possible. That way we can, get to the ideas as fast as possible, and it kind of, gives an outline for our season. From there, we decide on we read the rules. So, we decide on our strategy. To decide on the strategy, we need to read the rules, mainly because we want to know, before we start, thinking about how we're going to accomplish the tasks, we need to know what's legal and what's not legal. Because if we're exploring an idea that's illegal, that's actually a waste of time because we can't actually do that in the competition. So we want to make sure that the ideas we're exploring are legal, and we want to read the rules thoroughly so then we can get an idea of the most efficient way to accomplish that mission. From there, what we want to do is we design our strategy from there. We think about what missions do we want to group together, what missions do we want to do in the first run, what missions do we want to do in the second run. What missions, like I said, can be combined together, what missions can be done simultaneously at the same time. The other thing we want to think about is how the robot path. So how efficient is this path going to be? Is it going to save a lot of time? Is it going to be, very quick? Also, how accurate it is. Because if you're making a lot of turns on the field, a lot of times your robot can be inaccurate. So, if you're turning left, turn forward, turn, a lot of times it'll throw your robot off slightly, and then, it can actually be more inconsistent. So you want to try to make things as smooth and reliable as possible. With that said, we plan that before, we even start designing, where our robot's going to be driving. We say, in this run, we want our robot to drive this direction and then turn here. We're going to scan the line here. We're going to use the gyro sensor to do this. Things like that before we even start building the attachment. And then, we build the attachment, and then we, fine tune the end of the program towards that attachment. So like, if the attachment needs to be the robot, like 3 inches left to, hit the hammer on the escape velocity, we'll do that in the programming later. It kind of, understanding, the path that your robot's going to drive kind of, sets the requirements for your attachment. The other thing is, if you build your path beforehand, like I said, you have some limitations, and it helps you keep those in mind. So those limitations can be things like, the space requirement that you have. So if you need to fit through a small space on the field to go that path, you need to know that your attachment can only be so big because it has to fit through that space on the field. Another limitation is, most of the time teams only have 2 motors to work with for attachments. So you need to make sure that all those missions that you plan to group together can be accomplished with those 2 motors. You have to, identify those limitations and find out ways that you can overcome those limitations. So that concludes this part of the series today. What mainly we're going to be, talking about next time is the paths we focused on this year, the improvements. So like how we prepare for future competitions before they even come, and also some of the things that we work on behind the scenes as we're coding and programming, and some of the things we learn. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to share if it helped your team out. If you think it'll help benefit that other team, just share it with that other team. We're all trying to learn here. So with that said, I think it's time for me to go. See you guys next time.